Hello and welcome to the weekly vlog. It's week 5 of me doing this. Can you believe it? It is Saturday, July the 27th. Yes, don't know why I struggle all the time with the dates. It's just after 9:15. I am not where I wanted to be. I should be on the motorway by now. It was our wedding anniversary yesterday. We went out for a lovely meal. I'll show some footage of that later. But I didn't sleep very well. I went to mum and dad's yesterday. I took dad to see mum and then went back, and I've started to do some decluttering for him. I've spent 2.5 hours-ish decluttering a pantry, and it was hard physical work. I was reaching, going up steps and stuff and dusting and what have you. And I'd got an appointment at the tip, but I just didn't sleep. So I was awake at about 2:20. And still awake at about 5:30. Read quite a lot of my book, played a game, but I have been to the tip. But the idea was that I go to the tip and then go off to the yarn show that I'm going to today. But I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what yarn I'm looking for. So I've come back to have a cup of tea and make notes. As long as I'm on the road by 9:45. It's 10 till 4, and I don't think I need 6 hours at the thing. So last week's weekly vlog is just chooching away. It's uploading to Tube of You. So I'll report back later on how I got on at the yarn show. Do you like my earrings? Those are the earrings I bought when I went to Leeds from the Corn Exchange from Bluebell and Ivy. Very pretty, aren't they? And I've got a hand knitted thingy on. Anyway, I'm going to get ready to go now. Gone about 11:10, I think. I've made myself a coffee. I've got some eggs boiling for my lunch. I've got a little bit of Caesar salad left over from dinner yesterday, so I'm going to have that with some hard-boiled eggs. Mr. Paper&Twine has just gone on his motorbike to go to the Cotswolds to see his parents. I've done quite a lot of things on my to-do list, but let's sit down and have a little chat. I need a little rant. I need a little rant. Eggs are cooked. Coffee is nearly drunk, actually. It's at the right temperature. I need to tell you something my mum said on Friday. It's very difficult to have a conversation with her because she's deaf, even with her hearing aids in. And she needs someone to come. She needs someone to come and do a home visit. And back in June, my dad tried to get her a home visit, and the earliest was the 20th of August. I think I've mentioned this before. So, and my dad's really good at keeping on top. I mean, you'd think the care home would do it. He keeps on top of her hearing aids, he cleans them out, changes the batteries, and she still can't hear. She's deaf as a post. So we've resorted to writing things on a notepad. But anyway, she said to me, "Ashley," and I went, "What?" She said, "Your hair's a mess." And I thought, yes, it is. But I can't afford to have it cut at the moment. And it needs colouring as well. Can you see my dark coming through? I do like the blonde. I'm going to keep it blonde, although I may go pink. So I'm tucking it behind my ears. What do you think? I don't know. It might make me look worse. I don't know. It's not, can kind of tie it back a bit. Anyway, I can't afford to have it done at the moment, and it needs colouring, and that's going to be a lot of money. People say, why don't you do it yourself at home? No, I've never done it at home. I think I did once when I was in my early 20s, and that was a disaster. Yeah, Yeah, so I'm hoping Mr. Paper&Twine will bring me a bit of money towards the end of the summer holidays and I can go and get it done before I go back to school. But I went to this yarn show yesterday, and for a whole host of reasons I was later than I wanted to be, and I got in the car to set off after I'd been to the tip at 25 to 10. The show opened at 10 and I thought, well, it's okay. It was only about 40 miles away, mostly motorway all the way, and I thought I'll be there by 10:30, 11:15 at the latest. I didn't bank on the roadworks on the M1. So I live near junction 1 of the M6, and going southbound it becomes the A14 and branches off to the M1 southbound, and the first junction is Daventry, and as soon as I hit the M1, ground to a halt, and I could see that there were 3 lanes merging into one. The right hand lane and the middle lane were going to be closed in about 1,000 yards, and we were just crawling along and then stopping for quite some time, crawling along and stopping for quite some time. And then I could see the sign for Daventry, and I'd been in the car for about half an hour at this point, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna get to this show really late at this rate, because I'd done, like, I don't know, a few yards in half an hour. And I thought, well, I'll get off at Daventry and go on the A5. And I started to pull over into the left-hand lane. That was my mistake, because actually the right-hand lane and the middle lane, they were moving more than the left-hand lane. And I thought I was doing the right thing, and this is my rant. But Pete told me, actually, I should have stayed in the outside lane and just merged when that lane was closed. But that's what got me, was that people. So I was patiently waiting. And I was patiently waiting for a very, very, very long time while people were barreling past me. And I'm thinking, shall I go back out or not? So anyway, they actually closed the M1 at that point at Daventry, at that junction 18, I think it is. So we all trogged off the motorway, and there were hold-ups there. But then they were letting you get back on the motorway. So I thought, oh, perhaps I'll do that then. But to cut a very long and very boring story short, my rant is, why can't people be kind when they're driving? Why are motorists, when they're in their little metal bubble, why are they so selfish? And I was so glad to have Saturday morning Radio 4. I listened to the end of the Saturday morning programme, which finishes at 10 o'clock. And then there was a programme, I think it's called You're Dead to Me, which is a light-hearted history programme. And then Alexis Sale on a train. But it took me, my average speed was 7 miles an hour was my average speed until the traffic kind of merged and there was like freedom to roam at 50 miles an hour. But it took me 2.25 hours to travel about 40 miles. Oh, God, I was so glad to get to where I was going. So glad. And I was really hot and bothered. So that's my little rant. Anyway, what have I got left to do today? I had a fabulous time at the yarn shed. If you want to know more about that, you'll have to look on my other channel, One Stitch After Another. I did buy some yarn. Oh, but my dad, bless him, because I'd worked so hard at his on Friday, while I was driving, I could see on my watch that I'd got a call, and I assumed it was Pete. And I called him when it was safe to do so, and it wasn't him, it was my dad. And he said, excuse me, he'd left a message, and I always worry because he never rings me these days. It's always me that rings him, which is fine. But he left this message and said, can you call me when you can? So then you start to worry, don't you? Anyway, he said, I phoned him and he answered, and he said, are you your yarn thing? And I said, yeah, I just got here. Traffic was really bad. And he said, I've transferred you some money to say thank you for what you did yesterday, so treat yourself to some yarn. So I did. I said, thank you, Daddy. Yeah, anyway, I'm probably going to leave it there for today. There might be a bit of other little bit of footage. I'm looking forward to my boiled eggs. I need to plan what to have for dinner. I've got a recipe I've found, and I don't know if it's Tesco or Good Food. I'm not sure. For fish puttanesca, I think it is. I don't know. 20 family suppers, 1 pot meals. I don't know. I need to find it. But I might do that. I don't know. And it is gorgeous out, so I need to get out in the garden. I've still got this craft commission to do. Got some ideas, yeah, but it's too nice to be indoors when the sun's out, isn't it? So anyway, I've whittled on so much. I do hope that everybody is okay. Yeah, I'll be back later. Morning. It's just about coming up to 7:45 on Monday, the 29th of July. It looks like it's going to be an absolutely beautiful day. The sun is out already. It's looking very nice. It's only 15 degrees at the moment, but it's set to get to a high of 27 degrees. Now, today is my 29th wedding anniversary, number 2. I got married legally on the 26th of July, and then we had what we call our wedding on the 29th of July. If I can find the wedding album, I'll show you a couple of photos later. But I think it hit about 30 degrees on the day we got married, which at the time was one of the hottest days of the century. And I do remember, it was 1995. Well, if you're good at maths, you'll have been able to work that out, won't you? I do remember people saying, we couldn't see, we got married outside in the grounds of a Jacobean stately home. People were fainting with the heat behind us. We didn't see it, obviously, because we had our backs to our congregation. But yeah, very fond memories of my wedding. Plans for today: I need to tidy up the kitchen. Pete cooked sausage and tomato pasta last night, which was very nice. So I need to clear that up. I'm going to strip our bed and wash our bedding, which is a major tour de force as it's a Super King bed. But as it's going to be very hot, the bedding should all dry on the line. I like to wash it in 2 loads, so the pillowcases and sheets in 1 load, and then the duvet cover in another. Some gentle crafting. I need to go to the charity shop with some stuff from Dad's, and a little bit of knitting maybe. Might go for a walk. It depends how hot it gets. Much food has been eaten and drunk over the weekend, so we need to rein it in a little bit. 3 weeks until the next weigh-in. I'm going to be naughty and hop on the scales now and do an interim. I need to water the plants today as well. I haven't done those for 8 days. Yes, so I need to water those. But that's plans for today. I might catch up with you later. We will see. I've just come for a little sit in the garden. It's very warm. Sorry about the hair being such a mess. I'm sorry I'm fiddling with it chatty batty if you're watching. It is such a glorious day. I've done quite a lot on my to-do list. Got the second lot of washing on. First lot is on the line, drying. And I've been to the charity shop to take some stuff. They get a bit sniffy, don't they? I've heard all these stories on the radio about charity shops struggling to get donations because of things like eBay and Vinted, and you think they'd be glad of stuff. And I wasn't taking rubbish, I know some people do take junk that really is junk and not fit for man and the beast, but no, she was a bit sniffy, so I was like, oh. Anyway, that's that done. I've updated my crafty to-do list. I've just filmed a couple of VRs for some well-deserving crafters who I've got giveaways for various reasons, and I'm going to crack on with my card commission for I'm going to give it an hour, I think, and then I'm going to come and sit in the garden in the shade under me brolly, and I've got a little knitted top I want to finish, and I've got to sew a button onto a little baby jumper that I've made for somebody. I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. I'm going to have my favourite for lunch. I've got yoghurt, banana, blueberries and muesli. I'm going to have that about 1:30. The sky is beautiful. There's hardly a cloud in it. It's absolutely idyllic. Garden's looking quite nice from this angle. Yeah, It's about 5 to 9 on Wednesday, 31st of July. Washing is on the line, has been for about an hour, which is really good. I've been up since about 6:30. Mr. Paper&Twine is very excited because City Fibre are here. Let me just flick you out. City Fibre are here installing our new and fast broadband. I've done quite a lot of jobs on my list and I'm going to get my stuff together and walk into town to go to my morning knitting group in a minute. I don't know why I'm talking so quietly. You'd all be moaning, Ashley, we can't hear you. I've got a bit of a husky voice as well. I think I've got a little bit of hay fever. Eyes are a little bit red. Anyway, I'm going to gather my bits and walk into town. I'll take you with me. I've been walking for about 16 minutes. That's quite precise, isn't it, for an about? I don't know where this path goes in front of me here, but I'm going to go this way. I'm walking a slightly different way into town. Look at the colour of that sky. It's absolutely beautiful. Nobody out and about walking, or very few people. I think it's because of the heat. I think it might cloud over in a bit. So I'm glad I'm out in the sun while I can be. I've got sun protection on my rather red face. I'm looking forward to getting to knitting and having a lemon and ginger tea. It's just after 2:20. I've been home about half an hour, I want to say, maybe just a little bit more. The City Fibre men have gone and my room was in a right state. So I have taken the opportunity to have a little clean in my desk area because it's very difficult to get to things. So my rug gets all ruckled up. I'll show you what I mean. My sacrificial rug under the desk gets all ruckled up, but we didn't realise until we took it up. We'd only taped this edge of the rug down in case the tape interfered with the carpet, and it hasn't, so that is good. So it's taped down, so hopefully I won't kill myself tripping over it. I've given everything on here a really good clean. I've cleaned the skirting boards, I've cleaned the windowsill. I should have cleaned the shutters while I was there, but hey ho. This has gone back. I've got to yet clean this and put things back, but it's quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Therapeutic. It is very hot out there. I had a lovely time at knitting. Took me about an hour to walk the way that I walked, and I walked probably a third of the way home as well. I went to a little coffee shop that I've not been to before that's expanded. I've noticed it on the bus, and it's a plant shop as well, and it was tiny but only opens until 2:30 on a Wednesday. It's open later Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think it's closed Monday and Tuesday, which have been my days off. So I've not been able to go, but I went today. She's expanded into another shop. The plants were very expensive, very lovely, but very expensive. I mean, I'm talking like £25 for a house plant and not a very big one. There was one I thought, oh, this would be really nice. It's only little, £28. It was a monastera or something. It looked lovely. But yes, I haven't got £28 to spend on a plant. But it is so hot. I'm talking of the number 28. That is how many degrees it is outside. So I might have to get changed before I go knitting again. I've got my pendant on. Got some admiring comments and what have you, at my morning knitting group, but I might have to change again before I go to my evening knitting group. I've got about 3 hours until I need to go. I'm doing okay on my card commission actually. My imposed deadline is the 5th of August, which is Monday, to get it in the post on Tuesday the 6th. The actual deadline is the 13th of August. So I've got 1 card completely made and 3 cards half made. So 1 just to do completely. And yeah, so I'm getting there. My next things on my to-do list are to bring the washing in, which has been out for hours and hours and hours. It should be bone dry, and empty the dishwasher, because boys, being boys, have loaded their dirty cups and mugs and things on the side without unloading the dishwasher. Fair play, they're both supposed to be working. My little Darjeeling vest top that I've been knitting is blocked. Well, it's blocking. It's still a bit wet. I should put it outside to dry really, but I don't want it to get dirty as it's damp. So that's in Molly's bedroom with the door closed so the cat doesn't go on it. Yes, so I think that's probably going to be all you see of me today. I'll take you with me knitting tonight, and I'll have a chat tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I can't believe it. Don't know where this week's gone. August 1st, it is 7:30. I'm the only one up and awake. I woke up at about 10 to 4. I might sneeze in a minute, just to warn you, and they can be very loud and violent. Yeah, I woke up at about 10 to 4, and I was very good. I didn't pick my iPad up or my book. Went to the loo, had some water, and then I just woke up with a start at 7:10. I wanted to be up a bit earlier because Pete and I are going to walk into town today and have a few drinks with one of his other work colleagues, and he's got things to do before we do that. I wanted to be up early, and I wanted to crack on with my card commissions. So yes, 7:30, and I've only probably got 4 hours until we go out, something like that, maybe even 3.5 hours. I've got to get ready. I've made my to-do list for the day, and I ticked everything off yesterday's list. I'll flip you over and talk to you about something. It's not a very nice morning currently. It is drizzling as I speak. It is going to stop. It's quite dark in here. Shall we see what difference the light makes? Here is a headless duck. The head is done but not sewn on. The beak isn't sewn on. One of my knitting friends is organising some yarn bombing for rugby. Next year is the 20th anniversary of Knitting in Public, International Knitting in Public, and we're going to do a Alice in Wonderland theme. So she's just wanting all kinds of things. So I said, well, I've got a book of knitted vegetables, so I'm going to take that in for her to have a look at. We want lots of flowers, so she can have that. Tea party, cakes. Might want to maybe knit some hearts. These are quite cute flowers that can be adapted. And maybe teapot for tea, cosy for the teapot for the tea party. Years ago, I entered a competition organised by a designer called Debbie Bliss to make a baby blanket. And I made one, and I actually came third. Didn't win very much, I just won a signed book, but it was quite nice to see my little blanket in, or part of my little blanket in print. I don't think I've got a photo of the whole thing, but and I can only find this. But I could probably recreate it, I think. I did a blanket that spelt out seashore, and it was in a colour similar to this for the background, actually. It was all neutrals, and then cream and like a, well, you can see here a blue. So I spelt out the letters, and it was all very textural because I said babies learn by texture. Boat. And some letters, but she wants bunting with words on and things, so I thought, oh, I could adapt and make more letters. And then I said, oh, this is quite a famous iconic pattern. This is Jackie Annual from 1979. How many years ago is that? Quite a lot. I can't even work it out. Too tired. 45 years ago, something like that, nearly. But in here, I think, is a pattern for bacon and eggs, which can be adapted for like the tea party. And there might be a plate pattern can't remember. That's quite a nice dress. Yeah, oh yeah, here we go. Oh, there isn't, but yeah, that circle could be adapted for all kinds of things. Bacon, egg and sausages. So I'm going to drop these in because Carrie's got a shop in town. So, and I finished this top as well. I need to just sew the buttons on. So because Carrie's got a shop, I'm going to pop in and see her with those little bits and see if anything's useful for her. I think the idea is she's set up an email account for the thing, for the yarn bombing event. She's in talk with the local council and things. We're not just going to do it, you know, without any permissions. It could be quite big. It's quite exciting. And I said, you need to set up an Instagram account. And I'm going to promote it on both of my YouTube channels. And we're going to be asking for donations of yarn and knitted items and things in the future. I think it's 14th of June next year, so not long. I'm going to yawn, sorry. Such a shame it's drizzling at the moment, very light drizzle, dull. All of the mornings this week so far have been sunny, but yeah, I can see the sun trying to break through. Anyway, yeah, so I shall pop and see her. She's a lovely lady. Yeah, so, boo-hoo. I think I've got a bit of hay fever. I need to find a tablet. Next time you see me, I might be dressed and hair sorted. You never know. It's about 11:30 now. It is a glorious day. Just getting my bag together. Oh, it's a bit bright out here. Need to get my bag together. Put some eye drops in actually. My eyes are a little bit dry. But it's glorious out here. I've just put some sun cream on. And, oh, I was going to show you something actually. Well, two things. Do you like these earrings? Can you see them? Bought them a long time ago. I can't even remember where from. The feeling it might have been on one of my trips to Bath with some of my girlfriends. But do you remember I bought this? Been meaning to talk about this for ages. I thought it was a pina colada cocktail and it wasn't, it was cider. It was actually all right for 99p, but that can go in the bin now. Blue does not like this heat. She's very lackluster, even more so than usual. She wasn't even excited about being fed this morning. Yeah, she's not liking the heat at all. I'm going to take some sock knitting with me because the boys will be talking boys stuff and it'll stop me drinking too much too quickly. I've had a little go at making some cards. One of them's nearly finished. This is for my commission. And another one's nearly finished. Obviously, I can't show you. But one that I've been working on, I will show you this actually. Looks a bit like a hot mess. It's like trees. I've tried to do shadow stamping and then the embossing didn't look very good. Yes, I think I'm going to bin that. Go back to the drawing board on that one. Yeah, so I'm going to be going off soon. Very boring, I'm sorry. I think I'm going to just leave it there for now. Coming up to 10:05 on Friday, 2nd of August. It's a lovely morning again, but we had an awful lot of rain last night and thunder, which has been good for the grass, good for the garden. Not that I've got any plants that I'm particularly worried about. It is hotting up already. I think it's set to be about 25 degrees today. I've got some gentle crafting to do. I'm having a little break from my magazine card commission, but I'm going to work on a card for Harry, for his girlfriend today. I'll show you that when I've done it. And I might even do my tag for #PT Tag Club. I'm going to aim to go for a walk when it's a bit cooler, perhaps early evening. And had a nice time in town with the boys yesterday. I drank some really nice rhubarb cider and the walk did us good. Mr. Paper&Twine has asked me if I want a bacon sandwich this morning, but as I ate quite a lot of crisps and then pizza, I'll show you the evidence of that. There's the pizza. Yeah, so as I ate quite a lot of pizza and crisps and things that were not good for me, I did desist on the jelly beans. Oh, they're still there. Pete bought me some jelly beans. I love these. I do prefer Jelly Belly, but they're very expensive. But these from Aldi are all right. And donuts. I did resist those. But he's asked me for what a bacon sandwich, and I said no. I've got to try and get back some of the naughtiness from yesterday. What is it currently? It's 20 degrees. Set to be a high of 24. But the sun might be a bit less fierce a bit later on, so I'm going to try and go for another walk. I didn't get up particularly early today. I am suffering at 60 years of age nearly from hay fever. I've never had hay fever. I've been wheezy, my eyes have been streaming, I've been sneezing my head off. I just didn't feel like getting up. I've been up kind of like 6:30 every day this week, and it's going to be a full-on-ish day at my dad's tomorrow, sorting some stuff out after I've taken him to see Mum. Sorry, fiddling with my hair again, chatty butty. I do need it cutting, but I'm holding off as long as possible. Yeah, so I've made myself a list. I'm going to aim to sew buttons on my little Darjeeling top today. I've got that I want to do. I'm going to aim to do my paper and twine tag, as I said. I think it's... See, my voice is going croaky. Hide and melt. And then a little bit of a chillax, I think. I've asked Mr. Paper and Twine if he'll cook dinner tonight. I just don't feel like it. And I'm very good. He is good like that. I mean, some husbands are like, I want my dinner on the table at 5 o'clock. My dad was a bit like that. 6 o'clock had to be tea. Yeah, but I'm feeling a bit tired today. And it's not that I drank too much. I did drink, but over a period of time, and I did drink water in between, and I didn't drink anything when I came home, even though Mr. Paper and Twine had bought wine. It was very good. I drank water. But with the heat and the thunderstorm, it's quite exciting, actually. You might have seen my shorts. Blue was not impressed at all by the rain. Not at all. And she's still struggling with the heat today. She's lying stretched out on a bit of carpet somewhere. I don't know why she doesn't lie on the tiled floor. Because obviously that would be cooler. This is really interesting drivel, isn't it, guys? I'm not planning on going anywhere today other than perhaps a walk. But as it is 10:30, I'm going to make myself a coffee and crack on with some jobs. And I might be back, I might not. Who knows? Who knows? But I might be back just to round this off because I think it's the last day of the week, isn't it? I need to get this uploaded for tomorrow. I hope you're enjoying all this nonsense. It's hard to know what content to create, really. Hark at me. I know who's interested in an old woman's life anyway. There's loads of people out there who lead far more interesting lives than me that do interesting vlogs. I don't know why I thought I'd be any good at this. But engage with me, comment, do all that nice stuff. And I'll perhaps come back later when I feel a bit better. So I've made the card for Harry's girlfriend. I've used a funky fossil star stencil and stenciled with squeezed lemonade, and then I've used a Tim Holtz stamp and die set. You have to buy them separately, but I did get the stamps in the sale a long time ago. And then the letters are from Hazel Eaton. Just looked from this angle, it doesn't look very straight. Let's see what it looks like if I put it up like that. That's a bit better, isn't it? It's not entirely straight, but hey-ho. Yeah, and then I've used everything stamped in black. I've coloured with ripe persimmon, salvaged patina on top of twisted citron because I didn't like the lime green, and mustard seed for the yellow letters there, just to give a bit more depth. And then the owls coloured in with hickory smoke and pumice stone for the face, and watered down black soot for the cap and the outside of the owl. And then the little scroll, which is die cut, is painted in antique linen, should have done old paper really. And then the little cap is just popped up on a little foam pad. And then I've just made an envelope. That is it. I've almost finished sewing on the buttons on my Darjeeling top. You're the first people to see it. Might have to put a little press stud here We'll see what it's like when it's on. But that is it. It's got a bit creased as I've been handling it, sewing the buttons on. I've got banana, blueberries, yogurt, lemon yogurt. I love the lemon yogurts, and a little bit of muesli. It's about 2 o'clock. I'm going to sit in the garden with this. I've moved the headless duck because Mr. Paper&Twine has built this for me, and it's going to go in this space here, and the duck had been sitting there until I sort out how to sew a beak on. So I'm going to have another display thing here, which will be half hidden by the door, but when the door's closed it'll be nice and it'll be useful for me. I've shown Harry his card. He's pleased with it for his girlfriend's graduation. She's got a degree in law. It's her 2nd degree. I only got 1, and a postgraduate qualification. She's a very clever bunny. Anyway, I'm going to round up the weekly vlog here. We've got, oh, I'm so excited for tea. We're having a salad of roast peppers. It's a Spanish roast pepper salad. Mr. Paper&Twine's going to make it all. We've got some cod. We're going to have flaked cod. We're going to have crushed new potatoes and rocket and baby tomatoes. I'm so excited. It's quite healthy, quite Mediterranean. It's going to be very colourful and tasty and quite healthy, if I haven't said that already. And yeah, I'm going to just enjoy the rest of the day in the garden, sitting in the shade, listening to the Archers Omnibus. I'm catching up with that. So I hope you've enjoyed this weekly vlog, and I will be back, well, I'll be back next week. I am going to film a tag video too, in fact, because it's pool time next week. I can't believe it. And yeah, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. Bye now.